Thank you, Ninath. Very good morning to you and good morning to all of you. Deepak, thank you for putting this together and doing it a very, as you always do, a CEO lounge way of doing things. So wonderful. Good to see a strong participation this morning. It was a wonderful morning here in Bangalore and doesn't feel like a Saturday. So one of the first after effects of COVID is the weekdays and weekends have kind of collapsed. The whole concept is kind of gone. So we've got to reevaluate what it all means for us long term. Back to Rinath's commentary. We all of us have had time to reflect on what does all of this mean for us, short, mid, and long term. I think the short-term piece is easy. We are reacting to situations. Employees need passes, something goes wrong. Operationally, you're kind of always reacting. I believe the focus today is more on mid and long. And when I try to look at this problem statement, I look at the universe of touch points that we have in a typical enterprise. So we obviously have employees at the core of it. So I'm going to talk about what it means for employees to work remotely, to Ninath's comment. But just touching on some other pillars that we have our customers that we serve on a daily basis. So what does COVID mean for the customer space? We have vendors and partners, critical vendors and partners, small and big. So there is an implication for them. Then we have enhanced interaction with government agencies. That's an interesting pillar. And the last but not the least, the communities that we serve and we live in. I'll obviously focus more on the employee part, but I want to quickly touch on the remaining four pillars too. So we at Micron moved work from home a little early in the game, and it was a learning that employees appreciate when you're able to kind of move a trigger a little earlier than prescribed or mandated by the government. We moved work from home probably a week earlier than the mandate, and it just gives you more headroom and time to plan and execute better. And at the India Center, we obviously have a business. We do a lot of R&D and innovation, and then we also have what I call day-to-day engineering. So when I look at the data is like 2 to 3 weeks old, so I don't want to over pivot to what we already know or have. But we're seeing that when it comes to productivity-related tasks, the impact is quite minimal. But if you are kind of contributing in a very contained, solo way, you continue to do that as long as you have the right IT tools at home. If you have the right bandwidth at home, you have the IT infrastructure. So we don't see an impact on the productivity-related tasks so much. Innovation is, as we all will agree, is more of a cultural thing. Of a culture and organization.
Anand, sorry, I'm interpreting you, but can't see you on the video. So a lot of people actually.
Okay. Not sure why. Okay, let's see.
We can hear you, but we can't see you.
That's a shame. I had dressed myself up and was trying to look sharp this morning.
Only Ninath right now on the screen.
You can't see me?
It would automatically trigger a speaker's voice, right?
No, we can see everybody except Anand.
Okay, Deepak, I'm not sure. I think I've done everything I could. So should I just continue or should we?
No, okay. Please.
Apologies. And so let me try one more time. I think I said play video. Okay. Sorry, I'll continue, Deepak, in the interest of time. So so I think innovation is a cultural thing. So we've seen that that kind of continues by default for most part. The part of remote workplace that is getting impacted is what I call active collaboration and debug. In any engineering project or a delivery program, there is what is called a root causing, failure analysis, debug activity, which is very physical in nature historically, because you get into a room, you're whiteboarding, you're trying to solve a problem. There is no specific, is the unknown, right? And how do you capture all of that? So that's the part of remote workplace that is beginning to show some early impact. So productivity stays good for task-oriented objects and projects. Innovation continues as a culturally driven thing. But I think some of the aspects of root causing is beginning to show some impact, and we're going to see how we can plausibly use the collaboration tools much more actively and effectively for taking care of that issue. Quickly touching in the remaining few minutes I have, I talked about, that's the employee part. So we're keeping them, high degree of communication, keeping them motivated. People are working long hours. I think we in India particularly, I have to tell my stakeholders, don't assume a certain level of broadband and bandwidth, because that is not always equally available. So you have to kind of have a custom approach to managing productivity, milestones, and projects. But so far, I think safe to say that we don't see any large long-term fatigue or repair that is needed. On the customer side, what I worry most about very quickly in the remote workplace is we've always had a very high touch approach to customer relationship and management. But the recent Jio Facebook deal probably illustrates that you can go and strike a $6 billion deal without having to probably meet people in person. So I believe that paradigm is also getting challenged and changing. But I worry about it because many of our business is often based on relationships and touch and trust. All of them seem to be inspired, and they tend to grow with more and more of interactions. That's the piece I worry in the remote workplace model, that maybe it may take a little more effort, and we may have to change some of our styles to ensure those trust factors and relationships continue to grow and thrive. The vendors and partners, we are actually approaching that whole concept with empathy and being practical. There is focus on cost reduction, trying to make sure we have enough cash at the bank. Micron is a relatively large company, but it would be foolish not to be blinded by the fact this could go on for a very, very long time. So we're looking at the vendor ecosystem and the partner ecosystem with empathy, but also not being silly or foolish about not right-sizing or understanding that this cannot go on at the same level that we have today. Last but not the least, I think the big discovery for me has been in the community part of it. We all do CSR all the time, and very often, I'll be honest enough to say it's like something we do because sometimes we're asked to do, and we do it in bits and pieces. But I think all of us in the new remote model have looked at community building and CSR with a whole new pair of eyes. Particularly for me, I believe what we are obligated to or what we need to do for our communities where we operate has become superbly critical. And if there is one takeaway for me, one good takeaway outside of work and productivity and all those markers, is to look at community building for large enterprises and medium enterprises with a new pair of eyes and a new set of focus.
Thank you, Anand. That was very comprehensive in the 5 minutes. I think you covered every aspect of remote working. It's interesting you spoke about challenges connected to collaboration and root causing and whiteboarding, etc. I'm sure, over time we can overcome them. And finally, I heard you saying that if Jio deal can happen remotely, why can't Anand do anything? So he can manage customers as well. So thank you, Anand. I'll come back to you with questions later on. I'm sure our participants, we have close to 500 participants. We'll have some questions later.